they think, and then we'll come up with a decision.
And then JP, one for you. You know, you have managed a lot of great fighters and have been.
It's ridiculous, and you see these scuffles and all this nonsense at press conferences, and that is where it goes wrong.
But you can't be composed when a man's talking to you like that. Like, you know, I mean, me and you, who couldn't fight our way out of a wet paper bag, shouldn't allow another man to talk to us like that.
Shakur Stevenson landed a hand on Teofimo Lopez's face at the press conference, instantly asserting dominance. This bold move set the tone for their rivalry, showing Stevenson's confidence and aggression. Lopez now faces not just a fight in the ring but a psychological challenge, as Stevenson has already made his intentions clear.
Hey, that's my mother. Where my mother at? No! Somebody touch my mother. Come here. No, don't touch me.
Hey, find his mom. Find his mom. Find his mother now. Is she okay?
Eddie Hearn explains why Shakur Stevenson reacted the way he did during the brawl with Teofimo Lopez. From my point of view, Stevenson's response was justified. When provoked and disrespected, especially with personal attacks, a fighter's instinct is to respond immediately. This shows Stevenson's fierce mentality and unwillingness to be intimidated.
Someone pushes your buttons, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, like, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm gonna have a pop at you. I can't fight, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion. If you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's gonna...
Frank Warren points out the danger of clashes at press conferences, reminding us that the real fight is in the ring. While Shakur Stevenson's aggression made headlines, this moment favors neither fighter fully. Both must stay focused because a brawl doesn't count for anything in the record books and could backfire if emotions take over.
Well, this is not a gang fight. You know, it's the only two have been fighting are the boxers, and save it for the night. They don't get paid. They don't get paid to fight before the fight. Stupid.
Dave Coldwell highlights that touching another fighter's face is crossing a line. While Stevenson gains a psychological edge, Lopez now has motivation to respond in the ring. This incident raises the stakes for both men, giving Stevenson a spark but also forcing Lopez to prepare mentally for an opponent willing to provoke him before fight night.
Everything that, because that's a little bit naughty. Because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to...
Duke McKenzie sees the press conference brawl as entertainment rather than a setback. From a promotional point of view, both fighters benefit because the hype grows and fans are talking. Stevenson may have grabbed attention, but Lopez now has a story to fight back, keeping both fighters relevant and engaged ahead of the bout.
You like to call it? I thought it was a stroke of genius, personally. I don't see there's any harm in it. You know, this is the entertainment business that we live in now, and if you're not going to be entertaining...
The Wade Plamines puts the incident in perspective, reminding us that the fight game thrives on drama. While Shakur Stevenson's hand went further than usual, Lopez also benefits from the chaos because it fuels his focus and determination. Both fighters now carry heightened intensity into fight night, ensuring that the bout will be charged and unpredictable.
Fighters on stage their face off? Of course not. Yes, it's over the line. You shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game in the combat sports world.
Johnny Nelson criticizes the timing of Stevenson's attack, highlighting that doing this on the morning of a fight is dangerous and unprofessional. From my perspective, while Shakur grabbed attention, it's risky behavior that could have consequences. Teofimo Lopez now enters the ring with added focus, but Stevenson has shown he is fearless and willing to cross lines to assert dominance. This incident shifts the narrative, making both fighters more unpredictable. Fans now have a fight filled with tension not just inside the ring but emotionally, as Stevenson's audacity challenges Lopez to respond both physically and mentally on fight night.
This morning, man, to make the way how he's done it, you know, on the morning of a fight, it's just wrong. It's dangerous, and the board are now in a situation where they think, shit. So I don't know.
Teofimo Lopez responds with intensity, making it clear he won't back down from Stevenson's attack. From my perspective, Lopez demonstrates both respect for the challenge and readiness to assert his own dominance. He highlights Stevenson's movement as a threat, but frames it as an opportunity to show boxing skill. This confrontation sets the narrative. Both fighters are mentally engaged, with Stevenson bringing aggression and Lopez responding with tactical focus. The clash elevates the fight from a standard contest to a psychological battle. Fans should expect both men to be fully engaged, each trying to impose their will inside the ring.
And he smashed an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Teofimo Lopez responds with intensity, making it clear he won't back down from Stevenson's attack. From my perspective, Lopez demonstrates both respect for the challenge and readiness to assert his own dominance. He highlights Stevenson's movement as a threat, but frames it as an opportunity to show boxing skill. This confrontation sets the narrative. Both fighters are mentally engaged, with Stevenson bringing aggression and Lopez responding with tactical focus. The clash elevates the fight from a standard contest to a psychological battle. Fans should expect both men to be fully engaged, each trying to impose their will inside the ring.
I'm trying to attest to right here, man. So, honestly, nevertheless, man, I see it as, look, when they presented the fight with Devin and all that, a lot of things had came in my way, but it all happened in perfect alignment. Devin didn't have no motion. As I was saying earlier, Shakur has motion. He did his thing. He looked outstanding against William Cepeda at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. And this is what you guys need. This is what boxing needs. This is why we're here. We're here to take over.
Jack Catterall reminds fans that each fighter's weight management is unique and crucial. In the context of Stevenson versus Lopez, this matters because both are top-level athletes and their preparation will directly influence the fight's outcome. Shakur Stevenson's discipline and Lopez's resilience both come under scrutiny here. While Stevenson's aggression at the press conference gained headlines, his weight, conditioning, and ability to maintain focus are equally important. Lopez also has to manage the same challenges while staying sharp. Both fighters must balance the mental intensity from the brawl with peak physical readiness, making the bout as much about preparation as it is about raw skill.
Everybody's weight situation and weight making situation is unique to them. There's weight classes for a reason. I know some people are going to two extreme lengths. I don't know, I can't comment on it. I wish him to be safe and well, like I wish every fighter, but that's their business.
Shakur Stevenson confidently states that Teofimo Lopez is talented but not on his level, claiming he will prove his elite status on fight night. From my point of view, this is classic Stevenson bravado, but it also shows mental strength and focus. He's clearly motivated by the press conference brawl and intends to back up his words in the ring. Lopez now carries extra pressure to respond to both Stevenson's skills and his provocations. Fans can expect an intense showdown because Stevenson's confidence will push Lopez to fight sharper, faster, and with more determination than ever before. This fight now carries high stakes for both pride and performance.
Can't wait to beat him and shut him up. Teo not on this level. Teo is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I'm an elite-level fighter, and come January 31st, I'm going to show it.
Adam Smith emphasizes that fight night is unpredictable and nothing goes according to plan once the fighters step into the ring. In the context of Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, this unpredictability favors Stevenson slightly because his energy and aggression at the press conference show he thrives under pressure. Lopez is disciplined and skilled, but Stevenson has demonstrated he can turn chaotic situations to his advantage, catching opponents off guard with movement, timing, and raw confidence. The brawl has already added a psychological layer that could rattle Lopez or fuel his fire, but Stevenson has shown he enjoys this tension and uses it to elevate his performance. Fans should anticipate a fight where momentum swings are rapid, where Stevenson's instincts and adaptability could define the pace, and where Lopez must remain composed to counter the unexpected challenges Stevenson will bring.
You don't know what's going to happen because it's different on that day than any other day. It just sort of scripts go out.
Paul Smith reflects on the press conference incident with humor, calling Stevenson's actions bold but not dangerous. From my perspective, this incident sets the tone for Stevenson's confidence and fearlessness. He clearly isn't intimidated by Lopez, and the laughter from observers highlights that Stevenson is making a statement beyond just his skills. For Lopez, this is a moment to prove professionalism and composure in front of fans and the world. Stevenson benefits from the narrative, showing mental strength and audacity, while Lopez must navigate the added psychological pressure. The incident turns the fight into a story, drawing attention and anticipation, and Stevenson's willingness to take risks in public foreshadows the daring and aggressive approach he might employ inside the ring, making him a fighter to watch on January 31st.
We expect that from Chisora. I'm not going to lie, when it happens, I laughed my head off. I absolutely laughed my head off.
I did too.
I thought it was quite poetic. I thought, what?
Adam Smith points out that these incidents are part of boxing, and while not condoned, they heighten the excitement and drama. Shakur Stevenson has successfully amplified interest in this fight, turning a press conference into a narrative spectacle. His boldness makes him more than just a fighter. He's a personality who controls momentum even before the bell. Teofimo Lopez now faces extra scrutiny and pressure, needing to balance aggression with composure. Stevenson has shown he thrives in heightened circumstances and uses them to gain an edge mentally over his opponents. Fans can expect that this fight will carry the tension of their press conference clash into the ring, and Stevenson's fearlessness gives him a psychological advantage. The bout now isn't just skill versus skill, it's a mental chess match where Stevenson has already made a daring move.
You're twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens.
Eddie Hearn highlights how personal provocations escalate intensity, and Stevenson's face-off aggression has already ignited this dynamic. From my perspective, Stevenson thrives in confrontations where emotions run high, showing that he can combine discipline with fire. Lopez now has to manage his temper while maintaining tactical awareness, and the pressure will test his composure. Stevenson's proactive approach forces Lopez to respond to his pace rather than his own game plan, giving Stevenson a subtle advantage before the first round even begins. This is a fight where mental toughness will be as decisive as physical skill. The press conference brawl signals a clash of wills, and Stevenson's bold actions have made it clear that he will bring unpredictability, intensity, and calculated aggression to the fight night in a way that could rattle Lopez.
When you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, after a while the temper goes, and it's good. I think it's going to be that kind.
The Wade concept acknowledges the push and shove, but notes Stevenson's slap at Lopez crossed a line. From my viewpoint, Stevenson's actions were strategic in asserting dominance and setting a psychological tone. Lopez is forced to carry this incident into the fight mentally, while Stevenson has signaled fearlessness and aggression. The slap may seem minor, but in the world of boxing, it can shift confidence and influence pacing. Stevenson's approach shows he is willing to take calculated risks to gain an edge, while Lopez must remain composed to counter both the physical and mental challenges Stevenson introduces. This press conference incident ensures fight night will be charged with tension, and Stevenson has already set the stage for a battle where intimidation, timing, and boldness will play as much a role as skill.
I don't mind fighters pushing and shoving. Probably shouldn't be slapping each other at the face-off. Security did a pretty good job of corralling it while they could, but I thought it was just an open...
The stage is set for Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, and the tension is off the charts after the press conference brawl. Stevenson has already shown he is fearless, willing to push boundaries, and assert his presence in front of the cameras, and that boldness carries straight into the ring. Lopez is a high-level fighter with proven power and skill, but he now faces an added challenge, matching Stevenson's mental edge while staying composed. On fight night, Stevenson's speed, angles, and instinctive movement could allow him to dictate the pace, keeping Lopez on the back foot and forcing mistakes. Lopez, however, is tough and experienced, capable of responding with power and precision if Stevenson overcommits. This is not just a battle of skills, it is a clash of mindsets, where confidence, aggression, and the ability to handle pressure could decide the outcome. If Stevenson executes his plan and stays sharp, he could make a statement that solidifies his rise to elite status. Conversely, Lopez will need to neutralize Stevenson's audacity to reclaim control. Are you backing Shakur Stevenson to turn this confrontation into victory, or do you think Teofimo Lopez will shut him down? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate on who comes out on top.